Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Chenese Lewis Show, the number one podcast for plus-size women. I'm your host, Chenese Lewis. Today is Monday, June 1st, 2015. Don't forget to like the show's fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/Chenese Lewis Show and on Twitter at Chenese Show, and follow me on Instagram at Chenese Lewis. Well, we have a special show today. Our guest is Angelia White. Angelia White is the CEO and publisher of Hope for Women magazine. Created to exemplify the fellowship of women, Hope for Women magazine delivers passionate and creative coverage about health, wellness, fashion, careers, education, beauty, family, relationships, faith, arts, and entertainment. Hope embraces and celebrates the diversity of women while providing the inspiration, support, and information women want most to live a purpose-filled life. We're so excited to speak with her about her magazine and upcoming event. Let's welcome Angelia to the show. Hi.
Hi, Chenese. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Glad I finally have an opportunity to chat with you.
Yeah, we've been following each other on social media for a while. So I was familiar with your magazine, but this is the first time, I get to learn more about you and what you do. So I'm super excited to have you on the show today. Now, tell me, prior to starting Hope magazine, what were you doing professionally? What's your background?
Well, my background is in business, so I was living an ordinary life as administrative coordinator at our local university.
Okay. And so how did the idea to create a magazine even come about? You know, an administrator, you say it's boring, but that's steady money and, and benefits. So what made you want to step out?
Well, it was a combination of a few things. I had lost my grandmother and my father like in a 2-month span, and then I was just at that point in my life where I was trying to figure out what my purpose and what I was designed and what was I actually supposed to be doing. So I had that aha moment when I was 35 years old, and I was like, okay, it's time for me to really live my life, because you think, okay, life was just, I'm 35. What am I supposed to be doing? So that with those, I had started doing a newsletter for 50 to 100 women. So that just kind of flourished. I wanted to play it safe. I knew I can do the newsletter. That was just, I can run to the local Kinko's and just keep it simple. But then, all along, I knew God was really compelling me to really step out deeper and to do a magazine. And I was afraid, Chenese, because I don't have no experience whatsoever to do any magazine.
Right, well, that's what I was going to ask you. How did you learn how to do it?
That's what makes it. And then, when looking back now, I'm thinking, okay, I was, between crazy and just passionate. My sister-in-law had told me about a young man that was a journalism professor, and I had lunch, or we had dinner together one evening. This was 5 years prior to me even stepping out doing the magazine, and he talked to me and, shared with me a little bit about the industry and everything. And I'm still just like, what he was saying was just like Greek. I had no clue what he was talking about. And so basically I self-taught. I had to learn everything, Shanice. I mean, I bought every book, every program. I was in every chat room. I was even emailing some of the industry professionals. I just became like a sponge and just started just learning.
But you were so passionate about doing it, it got you through.
It got me through. It got me through. And I stumbled and fumbled, but, I just kept moving forward.
So how do you feel Hope is different from other publications geared towards women?
Well, Hope is different because we embrace the diversity of all women, but our niche is that we embrace their faith. So basically what Hope is just channels the life of a woman of faith. They're not, but not in the sense of it that it's preachy, because a lot of times our lives, in women's lives are just chaotic. We didn't want to judge, but we wanted to show this woman on her journey. And basically this woman on the journey is me. It was basically my life. And I'm like, okay, well, if I'm going through these things, although I'm a woman of faith, but still, and I believe, but I still have, the issues of, just everyday issues.
Right.
And so, and then with that, I just, didn't want it to become a judgmental thing, if you are a certain religious group or anything, but it's just where we are as a woman, just to be able to be supportive and uplifting of each other.
So, women of faith, does that mean that your audience that you are geared towards is not just Christian, or is it geared towards the Christian woman?
Well, more so, we don't look for, the Christian woman, per se. We look more so towards the more ethics and more of the value system. We don't discriminate against, I don't even know, what people's faith is. Because it's not a concern, it's not an issue unless it's something that we're all like, okay, wait a minute. But we don't judge. It's kind of like a no judging zone here. So.
Okay. Well, I asked that because you've had, different women on your cover, and some of them I'm familiar with I think you have a gospel singer on your magazine cover right now. But then I saw you had the singer Maya, and I was like, Now that took me for a loop. So when you have, when you're interviewing somebody like that, do you bring up faith, or is your interview questions different from a different angle, or it would be just like the regular interview questions from any magazine for women?
Well, with what we asked is like some of the questions we do ask for the women, depending on where they are. And the reason behind us getting Maya is because what we want to do is be able to show women from different backgrounds and different where they are at this point of their life, how they evolve. And so that was, the method and the mission behind working with Maya, is because she came back out. She came back more of a mature person. And then some of the ladies on the team, they were, diehard Maya fans. So they were like, okay, well, let's talk to Maya. And so you will see a variety of women because, we don't know where people are, in their faith, or, as far as media is concerned, we can say, okay, well, that's an R&B singer and she's this and that. But when you really get to talk to them, they have a certain a value in God and just, where they are. So that's basically why we kind of just, kind of it kind of took a little shift, and it was a lot of persuading me, to be honest, Denise. So I'm like, no, I don't know, because I was like, this is safe, this is comfortable for me, but. You know,
right.
we opened it up a little bit. We did. We opened it up a little bit. I think we're going to do some more of that in the future.
Yeah, well, it's good to step out of the box sometimes.
I agree.
So your magazine covers beauty and fashion as well, and I have a lot of listeners that are models and designers. So do you take editorial submissions for your magazine?
Oh, yes, we do. We love editorial submissions, and we are actually. I wish we had this interview a month ago. We had just put a casting call out for models. We're working this summer. Well, next week we're going to do a body type feature fashion shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So we were looking for women from, the curvy to, just the various sizes and everything. And then we were also looking for designers. So, yes, we do take submissions and, live working with all people.
Now, do pictures submitted to you have to be more on the conservative side because of the audience you're catering to?
Yeah, I do monitor, but I do understand that it is fashion and everything, but we don't do anything too risque. But we have to. We're in style. We're trends, so we accept what different people have to. As long as it's not too much, too less, we're good.
All the important parts covered.
Yes.
So tell me, why is Live, Dream, Inspire the motto for your magazine?
The Live, Dream, Inspire is my motto because that's basically it was the motivation behind my journey and just me pushing through, and then listening to other women and knowing where they are in their place and their space in life. Is that I always want women not to get stuck. I was stuck until I was 35 years old. That's when I was just so busy existing. And then in that moment, in that defining moment, that's when I began to live. And then as I, progressed, and that's when I had to start to begin. It all started really with a dream and just something that, that just sat on the mantle and the shelf for so long until I actually started to exercise. I can do this and start speaking it, because it was like I was in a bubble. And so once I got past that plateau and that stage in my life, then that's when I said I want to inspire women to be everything they can. Because there's so many women that just get stuck and just in the day-to-day, they have families, they love their husbands, they love their children and everything, but they just get stuck and they forget about, themselves.
Right. And you stepped out and did this magazine, and how many years has this magazine been in existence?
10 years.
Oh, really? I didn't know it was that long.
This is 10 years. This is why the Live, Dream, Inspire, because this is 10 years celebration of Hope for Women magazine. Okay,
so that's why this year you have introduced your first conference, and it's with the 10-year anniversary. Okay, so I see the connection. Yes. So is this your first event that you've put on with the magazine?
This is the first event. I had made an attempt a few years ago, but the timing wasn't right. So this is the first event for Hope. Mm-hmm.
So the Live, Dream, Inspire Conference is in Indianapolis, Indiana. Now tell me just about what this event entails. What's going to happen?
Well, it's more of an intimate gathering of the women who have followed Hope and been a part of the vision, and these individuals that, on the panel or the speakers have been people that I have worked with and become friends with, sisters and all that good stuff in the 10 years. So these ladies are coaches and experts and, and all that. And I wanted to, these women have poured into me. So those women that attend the conference, they will be able to get the same, love and support that these ladies have done for me in this 2-day or this day and a half event. So anywhere else they could be charged, prices could be for coaching, how that can be. But this weekend, they get a chance to be like a sponge and just absorb all this great knowledge and content so that when they leave, that they can go and be inspired, live, and keep their dreams alive.
Now let's talk about some of your special guests and guest speakers. Now, are all of your main speakers women who have graced the cover of your magazine?
No, not all of them. Not all of
them.
Okay. Some have been featured in the magazine. A few have been on the cover. I think April has been on the cover. Some have written for the magazine. They just been there.
Okay. So these are people who have supported you over the 10 years as well.
Exactly.
Now tell us some of the people my audience will be familiar with.
Your audience may definitely be familiar with Lisa Whelchel, and we know Lisa because she was Blair Warner on NBC's Facts of Life. We grew up with the girls that was the Eastwood.
Right.
So she'll be there. She's our luncheon speaker, and we're looking forward to her being there. We have Doreen Rainey, and Doreen she's over the Radical Success Institute, and she's actually just she partnered with Steve Harvey with his their conferences. So that's a great add to the event. Then we also have Cheryl Pullins. You might know Cheryl. She's just the brand diva, I call her. She's just an expert. And it's just a Coach Felicia Scott. And Ruby Gettinger is actually going to be at the event from the Style Network series Ruby.
Mhm. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a great event. And so what is the cost and how do you go about purchasing tickets?
Well, the cost at this point is $2.99, and that is for the whole weekend. Well, for that whole Saturday. And once you get there, you get a breakfast and get all this products and stuff that I have in my house that I would be glad to get rid of. And we're also going to be starting some empowerment calls here. The ladies are working on, and we're going to be offering some special things. So, I encourage your listeners to, opt into our newsletter and, all that good stuff so they can get some discounts.
Now, you said that is the cost right now. So closer to the event, the cost will go up?
Will go down, actually. That's why we're in these empowerment calls. When they opt in, we're just offering special rates and discounts for those who are on those calls that they'll be able to get. So the $2.99 is basically the rate, the flat rate altogether. But then on the calls like this week, we're offering a 25% discount. So that's $50 off the event. So.
Oh, okay. So it's good ways to get discounts. Now, tell me about Indianapolis, because that's where you're based. That's where you're doing your event. Tell me a little bit about the city. What is, if I'm flying in, if I'm thinking about going to the event, what else can I do out there for the weekend?
Well, that weekend is going to be pretty exciting is because it's actually our Indianapolis Black Expo celebration. So that weekend and everything, so you'll probably, can go into, since we're downtown, you'll have access to the convention center and be able to go to some of the, seminars there, or just kind of, I'm sure you'll meet a lot of people just kind of hanging out because that's generally the big event of the city for the summer celebration. And then we're also downtown. You'll be able to, if you're a shopper, which I think you are, you'll be able to shop at the Circle Center Mall, which, is down walking distance, and, you can have some great places to eat down there, just to hang out at the fountain. And it's just, it's a good city. It's a good, small, not too big, but a smaller city that's good. Good, nice people.
Do you think you are at a advantage or disadvantage publishing your magazine from there? Because do you have access to the celebrities, and is that an obstacle being based in Indiana?
Well, doing the magazine is not, since I'm in the Midwest, it's kind of like most people that talk to me think I'm from New York, Chicago, or L.A. somewhere, because it's like no one here does this, what I've done. So it has been, Chenese, that's been a big challenge for me, is because, when I show up and I'm told, I do this magazine, and then I show up and they look at me and they look at the magazine, you do this? And I'm like, yes, this is what I do. So it's kind of that whole shock, shock value, and it's just, so early on, that was really one of my biggest obstacles, and, stumbled at that because I was in the Midwest, and no one's talking about the fashion and the beauty and just even magazine publishing in the Midwest. Like, I'm sure you're more accustomed to it. So I really had to fight through that, and really recognize and, build my readers outside of, where I am. And
so I saw on your YouTube you did like behind the scene video of some of your photo shoots. So do the celebrities actually come to you, or do you have to go to a major city to do photo shoots if you choose to do them?
Well, we have like since I work with a virtual team, many of the individuals that I work with, we can set things up to where they are. Like my LA team did the work with Maya, and then I have a team in like the New York area. So we have different people across the state that I work with, so that I'm able to, keep it fresh and alive.
Right. I was just curious. I was like, Indianapolis? Wait a minute.
I know everybody says that. Isn't that awful? Everybody says that.
So where can the magazine be purchased? Well, first of all, is the magazine in print, or is it only digital right now?
Well, up until the spring issue, the magazine was digital only, so you can, was able to get it through our website. When we join our newsletter, you get, the whole link and everything. This summer, we're actually going to have for the conference and on the website that you will be able to, your readers and listeners will be able to purchase their copy of the magazine, because what we found is that our readers want a hard copy of the magazine. So we're going to give them what they want, and this fall we're going to officially launch the magazine back in print.
Awesome. So you can purchase it strictly online, or are there other places?
You'll be able to purchase it online for the summer. This fall, when we relaunch, you'll be able to pick it up in the newsstand. So you'll be able to go to your Barnes and Nobles and those places like that to be able to purchase it.
Oh, wow. Well, good for you. I'm excited to hear that. And and so the website for the magazine is, say it one more time.
I'm sorry, I didn't say that. www.hopeforwomenmag.com.
And the website for the conference is
www.hopeforwomenmag.com/celebrate.
Okay, so it's built into the magazine website.
Exactly.
So if you go to
exactly.
the main website,
you go to one,
you'll see
you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there.
Okay. So, I know you're focused on your event right now because it's coming up soon. But are you ever looking to be a media sponsor for other events?
We keep all of our options open. They keep me busy. My team keeps me busy. So yes, we look for partners and looking for great strategic alliances and to be media partners elsewhere as well.
Okay. And
so when you have one of those fabulous events that you have to let us know.
Yeah. I'm asking you all these questions so I know for myself too. So do you have anything else coming up we could be on the lookout for, or anything else we need to know that I didn't cover?
Well, in addition to the conference and the launch of the magazine, we will have our official launch celebration. We're still, trying to figure that out because after 10 years, Shanice, I've never really even had the official launch party for the magazine.
Oh.
So we're going to do that. So that's going to be fun. Of course, it's not going to be in Indianapolis. So we're still looking at some different locations, maybe the West or the East Coast, or even maybe Chicago. But something that we're working on that's really fun and exciting is, and it's been in the works for 5 years now, is we're going to launch Hope TV, where we're bringing the pages of the magazine to life. And so we have some different shows lined up, and we're looking to add some additional shows. And, we have a, production team and, individuals that are working with us and in the planning stages of launching that. So we hope to, be able to work our network online. But the big picture and the big dream is to be able to have it in broadcast.
Okay. Well, hey, your first vision came to life, so you speak it into existence. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, and continued success with everything you're doing. And I'm still waiting on my interview because I'm a woman of faith, and I want to be in Hope Mag.
Okay. Well, you get ready. We might have to put you in our style because I've seen you model. So.
Well, congratulations on 10 years and everything you're doing, and keep in touch. Let me know when you launch new things.
All right, we sure will. Thanks, Shanice, for having me.
And you enjoy the rest of your evening.
You do the same. Bye.
Bye-bye. And thank you to my fabulous guest this evening. Make sure you check out Hope for Women magazine. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like our fan page on Facebook.com/Chenese Lewis Show. I've been your host this evening, Chenese Lewis. Thank you for tuning in and supporting. Until next time, keep thriving in your curves and be blessed.